Hello and welcome to another session of Riding the Bear. This session is brought to you by the Skylabs and Vetter ecosystem. My name is Ryan and I am so glad to be your host today. Now, over the last year, over 16,000 crypto projects have launched, and I have a question for you. How is it possible for you by yourself to find, research, and manage all of these projects on your own? I mean, that'd be a full-time job that would take an extraordinary amount of effort to do that by yourself. And here in the Vetter ecosystem, we utilize crowdsourcing to save time, energy, and money in the crypto space and get into crypto pre-sales. We work together to find projects that have potential while at the same time bringing up awareness and warnings and red flags about projects that are less than ideal or projects that bring concern. Now, for the last 6 months, we have recorded around 100 live sessions just like this, where we support the community in navigating the CrowdX Calendar, supporting community members in finding their next 2x to 100x crypto gem, and even avoiding some questionable projects, which is a win at the end of the day. Now, before we jump into the CrowdX Calendar, I just want to invite you, if you're here watching live, go ahead and drop a comment below letting everyone know whether you're watching live or the replay. I see we got Crypto Dread, we have Metal Ride, we have Phyllis and Carl in the house. Welcome. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. And also, feel free to share any wins that you've had. If there's any wins that you've had with some of these pre-sales, feel free to drop those in the comment section so we can all celebrate that with you together. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull up the Vetter board, which is kind of like the dashboard. You know, this is where you can clearly see there's a lot of stuff going on the Vetter platform, and there's a lot built into that. And just going into all the things that are built into this could literally take hours. And what we're going to focus on today's session, we're going to dive into the CrowdX Calendar. We're going to look at pre-sales. We're going to talk about some of the positive things that we see. We're going to talk about some potential red flags that we see. And as a group, just share ideas and concepts on what it is that we look for when we're looking at pre-sales, some of the things that we avoid when we look at pre-sales and things like that. Now, the first thing that you want to do is you want to go over to the calendar here. And it's right here. It says CrowdX over on the left. Hey, Jackie, welcome. And first thing right off the bat, you're going to see that there's a lot of projects on the calendar. Okay, and new projects get added every day, and all these projects are at different stages of development, whether it's a pre-sale, whether it's the launch. And I'm going to show you how quickly and simple it is to navigate the CrowdX Calendar. Now, first off, you can click and sort by network, so you can find specific projects that are launching on certain networks. And I've noticed the last couple of days, there's been some projects coming through on the Avalanche network. You know, our community is growing. New scouts coming in with different skill sets, different experiences, and there's some projects that are doing well on that network. But you're able to sift and sort via the network. Now, next thing, you can sift and sort via the launchpad. Okay, so you can get specific launch pads. You can also sort by the category. So whether it's a gaming project, if you click gaming, it's just going to filter out all non-gaming type projects. Maybe you're all about the rewards type tokens. If you click rewards, it's going to show you reward type tokens. Maybe you're all about utility. When you click utility, it's going to show you utility-based tokens. So you're able to sift and sort that way as well. And last but not least, you're able to sift and sort via private sales, pre-sales, fair launches, and IDOs. And what this, again, it all comes down to your own personal strategy and supporting you in finding projects that align with your personal vision, your personal strategy, and what it is that you like to look for with projects. Some people, they may be exclusively all about meme type projects. And so, they would want to have a strategy based on that. So instead of looking at all of these, they'd be able to find exactly what it is that they are looking for. Now, one of the things that I do like to say is, while there is currently a ranking system that shows these scouts, the ranking system does not determine the success of the particular project. Okay, so there's a lot of great projects here, and you're going to find that the rank of the scout who posts it does not have a direct correlation to the profitability of the project. And so one of the things that I always encourage people to do is what we do here is we provide a framework for you to be able to sift and sort to find the projects, like I said, that work for you. And today we're going to go over just a basic checklist, mental checklist of some of the things that I look for when looking at projects. And again, these things don't necessarily mean it's going to be a 2x or it's going to be a 100x or we're going to prevent projects from dumping. The beautiful thing, and so sometimes even a frustrating thing with the crypto space, is we have no control over the outcome. Once you've done your due diligence, once you have opted into the pre-sale, once the project launches, it is what it is. At that point, it is what it is. And so you physically cannot actually determine whether the project is going to be successful or not. Now, what we can do is stack probabilities. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to show you a handful of probabilities you can stack that one can eliminate some projects that are probably less than ideal, maybe shady, potential, high risk projects. But stack probabilities in your favor will, if the project maybe doesn't get the kind of gains you want in a short period of time, perhaps because of the strength of the team, the strength of the community, real revenue, the fact that it's a great project, that can support you, and perhaps the project lasting a long period of time. We're perhaps moving from the 24-hour to 7-day time frame up to the 30-day, the 60-day, the 90-day, the 180-day, the year. There's not a lot of projects that launch in this space that make it past the first 24 hours, let alone the first week, let alone the 30 days. And so again, what we talk about in these sessions is really an effort to support you and what to look for that can stack probabilities in your favor, and at the same time, us working together, sharing ideas and concepts around what we like and what we see in the market. So with that, I did hop into Telegram before we hopped on, and I asked if anybody had any projects they wanted to take a look at, and someone did suggest taking a look at SafeGram. So we're going to take a look at that. And I did ask him what was their reasoning for that. Let me check Telegram just real quick, see if they're able to get back to me. They say just a beginner, just learning, so don't really have much what to say. It caught my eye. I like the idea. The website looks pretty nice. The only thing he couldn't figure out how to participate in the pre-sale. Okay, awesome. So we're going to take a look at this project, and the first thing we want to do is we look at to see who the scout is. Okay, and this is just for mental understanding. And if you're brand new, we talk about something called paper trading. That is where you treat it seriously, but you don't invest your own money. Why? Because this is a game, and if you don't understand how the game is played, you will lose. And I would actually venture to say that gambling is probably better than the crypto market. In the crypto market, just walking up to a pre-sale and hopping in is not a great idea. Okay, so what I say by paper trading, I also mean volume of launches, and so recording the scout, documenting who the scout is super valuable as you're doing your volume of launches, VOL, volume of launches, because it allows you to start seeing, well, hey, every time I look at this scout, I get a good result, and that can support you in understanding what's going on. So PSC 100X, she's a great scout in the community, great leader in the community. And so I think we looked at this project maybe a couple weeks ago, but we're going to go ahead and take a look now. And the first thing we want to do is we want to pull up the website. Okay, now see with the website, what we're looking for is it just a really basic template that we could throw together by the end of the day? Could we outsource this on guru.com or Fiverr, get something thrown up really quick? Or is there some real functionality behind what's going on? Okay, so that's why we want to look at the website. Just get a vibe and feel for what's going on. So let's go ahead and check out the YouTube video. So they have a video right here on their front page. And so that's weird. Something weird is actually happened on their website. It was actually not letting me click on it. So we have 727 views since April. Okay, so they're not running any ads or anything like that. They're not trying to boost the numbers. I would say these comments are probably organic, given the fact that there's only 9 of them. I think it'd be in the project's best interest to reply and engage with the comments, because that obviously helps out the video. But so 727 views. All right, let's go back to the website here. Money services globally. We offer our customers the power to send money to over 128 countries. SafeGram, transfer without borders. SafeGram is a secure, efficient, and the only ecosystem in the world of decentralized finance, enabling you to send one-to-one value of your blockchain holdings in fiat form to anywhere in the world. Money services, decentralized exchange, launchpad services. SafeGram Money Services is a remittance tool with service level for both retail and business users. Simple, anonymous, fast money transfer service powered by SafeGram Tech. The DEX, decentralized exchange providing exclusively and widely traded tokens, including Gram token. Enjoy high yield staking pools, VIP pools, trading bots at your disposal, provided by SafeGram partners. And SafeStarter. SafeStarter will help bring forth exclusive and high-level projects to launch in the crypto space, offered only to qualified Gram Rewards token stakers. All right, so we have a roadmap here that does have some timelines. Last couple projects we looked at, there weren't any timelines attached to the roadmap, so it's kind of hard to tell where they were. Now with this, it's also hard to tell whether they've accomplished these things or not. So we can go back and see that I guess the journey started in 2021 Q1, but I can't tell by looking at this what has been accomplished and what hasn't. So here's the team. We have names, titles, and we have LinkedIn socials. So this is good progress. And so whenever you're looking at a team, I would invite you to check out their socials, just to make sure that there's some good stuff going on there, not just a profile that was put up today to serve this purpose of looking doxed. Okay, so I would like to see a little bit more about Mr. Ivan here. I'm curious, what is his background? What is his skill set? What does he bring to the table? Why is he the CEO? What makes him a valuable asset to this community and to this project? What life experiences has he had? Now, I would like the same for all of them, but obviously the core team. That's what I'm thinking of. Who is it? What are they going to do? Can I mean, I know we're talking about the crypto space, so I know trust is probably a weird word to use in the crypto space, but I like to know who the team is and what have they done in the past, and can I trust, can I believe, maybe believe is a better word, do I have belief or faith that they'll be able to deliver on what their vision is, what their intention is. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out. And the team is not young. There's some experience here. There's some wisdom here. This guy looks maybe a little young. These guys seem a little older. And then the advisors, there's some experience there. The reason I like that is simply because This isn't their first rodeo at life. I don't necessarily mean crypto specifically. I just mean like if they've experienced something in life, maybe they're bringing some type of skill set, some type of background to this space that can support them, whether it be them being in leadership positions or running other businesses or projects or teams or what have you. Ultimately they've had to have failed at some point and struggled at some point and worked through that. And I think that those life lessons and skills can have a massive role, in the crypto space. Sometimes we see, young teams who they got lucky on certain projects. They got lucky in a bull run, and now they want to start their own project. And the moment that it doesn't go right, it's like, hey, what happened? And the project fails and they bail, and it's like, where'd they go? Like, what happened? So I would like to see, a team that has some experience and, some resiliency, and they've built up some resiliency through real life experiences. All right, so next thing we're going to check out is Telegram. So I just joined the group, and there was no unmute type button, no button to make sure that I'm a real person, that I'm a human. So now we see that there's 15,000 members. Let me go over here so I can see 15,000 members right here. You can also click that title and it will give you some more details about the project, the Telegram group, but 15,033. Okay. And now I'm going to check the pinned messages here. And there's 119 pinned messages. That's a lot. That's great. And like I said, I think we looked at this project a few weeks back, maybe even a month ago. So I know this project's been active for a period of time, but now I'm just curious to see how long the Telegram's been up and running. So the first pinned message is from February 6th, and so what this is telling me is like these guys have been at it. This team has been at it for a period of time. Okay, and they didn't just start the Telegram yesterday and flooded it with 15,000 members. It looks like they've been active for going on months now. Here we are into December, October. We may get a year. Okay, here we just passed the year mark. Okay, and so it looks like I'm just reading real quick to see what these first messages are. I don't know if this group was started, a former group and they changed some stuff, or this is a brand new group. But yeah, so this group's been at least what we can see, for an entire year. Okay, an entire year. Okay, so now we'd want to see about the members of the Telegram group. So you can go over here to this magnifying glass. And right here, you can type in a phrase like good project. And so now what we want to see is, of these 15,000 members, are these real people or are they bots? And so you can type in something like good project, and so you'll see stuff like this. Okay, now this is really good, manageable. This is nothing too excessive, but like if you notice this, on March 4th, here's good luck projects, amazing project, good luck, good project, good luck for project, good luck for project, good luck for project, good project, good projects. And all this happened on the same day. Okay, these are all bots. Now either that only happened for a period of time. I know weird things happen in Telegram, random things happen in Telegram. So sometimes, it may not be the team's intent, but sometimes bots find a way, or I suppose it's possible that people could send bots a certain direction, but this does not look necessarily overrun. Now it's possible that they delete all these random messages and stuff, but the reason I'm a little curious about it is simply because there was no verification for me to join the group. It just let me join, and so I wonder what their process is to keep out random people, or to make sure that not random people, but to make sure that it's real people joining the group. Okay. Metalleride says the roadmap said the project started on Q1 of 2021. Perfect. So next up, the thought process is, oh, whoops, let me go back to the group here. There we go. So now we want to look at are people joining the group and asking questions. Are they excited? Are they optimistic about what's going on? Even, I mean, with this group being a year old, what kind of community has been created? What kind of tribe has been created? I see some people talking about sports. So it looks like maybe they know each other and asking people how they're doing. But I'm curious about new members joining. And is there like substance? Like so far, we've scrolled up a couple hours and I don't see much substance. But then again, the launch isn't until there's a while until launch. Let's see. Here's XR Priest. Yeah, launch in Q4. So I mean, obviously, Q4 starts shortly. When in Q4, that's to be determined. But so maybe there's not a lot going on right now, simply because when was this question asked? Actually, probably yesterday, day before. Yeah, yesterday. So there's I would imagine, or I'd like to see, some more excitement as they get closer to launch. But I am kind of curious about this number. I'm kind of curious how they've been building that number. How have they built 15,000 real people over the? Now, don't get me wrong; it's been plenty of time to build it. If they're adding, a little over 1,000 members a month, that's a possibility. Maybe adding 40 members a day. But I'm kind of curious where they're coming from. So let's see if we can find some AMAs. Okay, it looks like there was an AMA with Revolve Games on August 4th. And they're saying there's other AMAs as well, but this is the first one that I saw that had a link to it. They did a Twitter space. Oh, it looks like all the same Revolve Games. Looks like the same one. Let's see if there's any voice chats in the pinned messages. And right now I don't see any. Oh, here's a recap. Yeah, except I don't know where that goes. They may be just tracking how many people are clicking that. But I'm not going to click it. Yeah, so I'd really like to see the AMAs here in the pinned messages, or at least some type of just like they have these websites here, these different links to the different socials and stuff. It'd be great to have the AMAs just so people could see that quickly and quickly access the AMAs there. Okay, let's see about an audit. Okay, so right now they don't have an audit. I'm sorry, they don't even have a contract yet. So no contract, no audit. So it would seem like when they say they're going to launch in Q4, I'm not imagining they're going to be launching in the first part of Q4. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. But the fact that there's no contract yet um, makes me curious. Now, well, that's weird. This guy says any audit. This guy says no contract yet to be audited. But then this guy says, please check out our audit at Hacken. So maybe we just have a community member who's helpful but not knowledgeable. Because right here we have an audit from March 24th. That's a little confusing there. Yeah. I mean, this guy consistently responds with the Hacken audit. Okay. Let me go back over to the website. For the team. So, strategy and raise specialist cybersecurity head of partnerships CMO. Okay, so I don't see anything about the dev team. So I wonder if their dev team is in-house or outsourced. Okay, right here. Okay, so this person says, gone through the white paper, seems like the team ain't doxed, kind of look weird. Our dev and team is well doxed. Please check the white paper, page 18 to be precise. You can also search SafeGram on YouTube. We have a lot of information there as well. Well, I'll do that in just a minute. It's the same response. Okay, so we can check out the white paper. Oh, I remember this. Yeah, I mean, I knew we'd looked at this project before, but they were trying to get me to give them my email address, and I did, and they never gave me the white paper. I mean, I'm not saying there was like any shenanigans. I'm just saying that like I never got the white paper. All right, let's search SafeGram. All right, so this is their own video that we saw on the website. Crypto Club. Okay, so this is posted 3 months ago, 58,000 views. I would say that's how do I put that kindly? Questionable. Paul Baron Network. All right, so like this interview got more views than what's actually on their website. This looks like an AMA of sorts. Looks like the other stuff is a little bit random. Yeah, that's us. Live right now. It's like being in a dream within a dream. Okay. Yeah, so I was just looking up what their potential marketing plans were. I don't necessarily see any answer to that. Everyone's just talking about the market itself, the conditions, but no specific marketing Let me go back to the website, see if there's anything that I missed over here. All right, so we are wrapping up. Oh, here we go. Whoops. Here we go right now. We're wrapping up Q3, right? So these two things. So I would guess that their roadmap has changed a bit, considering the IDO, CEX, and DEX is happening in Q2, Q3, unless I'm reading this wrong, which I very well could be. Okay, so maybe they just haven't updated their roadmap. Okay, so the thought on this one looks like, or just we'll just share the share what we're talking about, the information that we found. Looks like a quote unquote quality project based on. Looks like they actually have something. There's not like a meme project. The fact that they've been at this for a long period of time is inspiring. They're not here for a quick. Doesn't appear to be a quick flip in and out. They're here for a period of time. Remember a couple weeks ago we looked at Crowdy, and that project looked like it was just thrown together in a real short period of time. This would be the opposite of that. This one looks like there's actually a plan in place. There's people behind it. The group has been at it and building for a period of time, and we don't necessarily know why it's been delayed or there's things like that, but whether that's the market or whether that's their development, I don't know. We would get to ask that question in Telegram and see what they say. But the Telegram as a whole, the health looks okay. Like I said, it's not real lively. It's not like people are not like super excited. In the last no messages in the last 30 minutes. But for the last 2 or 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, it's just been like hellos and hope you're doing good. So ideally, leading into the pre-sale, you'd want people to be hopping in and asking a lot more questions, and that would indicate that people are excited about the project. Because right now, I don't see much going on here. But there is audit. Team is doxed. Didn't find much on the marketing side. Let's check out the social real quick. Let's check out YouTube. There was some content there. This interview right here, I would say this weighs way much heavier. Okay, this video right here has a lot more weight than this video and this video. Okay, the thought in this is this is just an influencer talking about the project, and I question some of the influencers and how big their reach actually is, and if these are real people or not. This having 3,600 views, an AMA type video, I think is, I don't know, a lot more powerful, a lot more valuable than this. Let me check out chat real quick. Yeah, Metallaride asked a great question. What's the point of holding the coin? I have not read that. Based on the initial reading of what's going on so far, I don't know how that connects. That's a great question. What is the benefit? So for example, are you able to send funds as long as you hold a certain amount of tokens? Like, is that the utility? Is that the benefit of holding tokens? Or like PinkCell, for example, or even PooCoin. You can utilize those platforms without holding those tokens. And so with this, what would be the benefit of holding that token? There's like for CrowdX, for example, the benefit of holding CrowdX, you get access to the calendar. you get the multiplier for Skylabs. So there's a benefit to holding. But this I have not seen. Maybe it's in the white paper. Um, I was not able to. Last time I tried to hop in there, I got rejected. So that's that for SafeGram. There's still plenty of time. It doesn't look like they're gearing up anytime soon. So plenty of time to hop in there and ask your questions and get your questions answered. And Metallarad, the question that he just asked, that's a great question. What's the point of holding the token? What do you get? What's the benefit? What's the perk? Why hold the token? So that'd be a really good question to ask. Next project we're going to take a look at is let's see here. Big crypto game. This is one that Metallarad had sent me earlier in the week for us to take a look at. I don't think I've taken a look at it yet. Alright, let me just close these windows and let's start over. Okay, so again, the mental checklist that we're going through here. First stop is the scout. And over time, as you start learning and growing, you'll start realizing, what scouts to look for and the type of projects that the scouts find. And one of the things that Metallarad is great at is scouting gaming projects. That's one of the things that's his claim to fame. Some of our scouts are based on utility, some of our scouts are based on memes, and Metallarad is the gaming guy. And so that's something to keep in mind and consider. For example, if you were looking at a scout and they post something random all the time, how do you know? How do you know? How do you know which one is better? I don't want to say better, but like how is there any consistency going on? If you're constantly okay, so Scout posts a meme project, then a gaming project, then utility, then a rewards. How can you tell what they're good at? Okay. So Metallarad said, hey, let's look at Crypto Legions V3 first. So we're going to look at Crypto Legions V3 first. Excuse me. All right. So I will read this part only because it can sum some things up. Okay. So Crypto Legions V2 was the longest lasting play to earn NFT game on the BSC network in 2022 with a lucrative ROI for players. Now it's time for even more powerful Crypto Legions V3 edition launching on Tuesday, September 27th at 3 p.m. This is not the first game by our crypto games agency. Our game Crypto Legions V2 lasted 67 days and broke the record for the longest lasting game of its kind in 2022, just a few months ago. Our contracts are certified with Certec, KYC, solid proof, and our game code has been user tested before launch. Crypto Legions is 100% completed and battle tested before the token launch. The founders have invested their own money to program the game professionally over the course of several months prior to the launch. Okay, so Metallarad, as I am going through this, I would invite you to share what your thoughts are on this project. We've seen, as of late, we've seen a handful of projects run a V2, and so and we've seen that the V1, I guess, kind of sometimes like in movies, the first version goes pretty good, and the second version has a lot of hype to live up to. So, what do you feel about this project that makes it that will make it that can make it through the launch, short term and long term? Okay. And so the thing that I'm thinking about, and the reason why I'm asking you this is the fact that they do have a game that's operational, functional, tested, everything's working out. I think that goes a long way. And the gaming market is way different. Almost in a way, the gaming market's kind of like the meme market. And some, feel free to chime in, anyone who has thoughts on this. But the meme market can be excitable and hyped up, and people can be excited about it. The gaming projects have a little bit to do with that as well, simply because It's a game. It's fun. It's enjoyable. People like that. And people get excited about that stuff. And so it can, while games are actually utilities, it's actually something real. There's substance there. When a game does actually have an offering that works and functions, I think that's a pretty big deal. So while initially I kind of cringe when I see a V3, it's like, oh my goodness, why the shift? What happened from V2, V1? Why V3? At the same time, gaming world is kind of like the meme world. People get excited about it, passionate about it, and really do well with it. Okay, so that's my thought on that. Oh, website is cryptolegions.app. Okay. Metalleride says any gaming project that doesn't have a beta tested or the game ready before the launch is a big red flag, meaning they haven't done anything. We've looked at projects before and we've said, well, hey, show me what you actually have. Show me what's actually working. Metalleride, do you know? I didn't read that. It could be further on, but do you know why they're going to a V3 instead of staying at V2? So I'll just ask that question and let you put it in there while I'm looking through this. So website looks pretty cool. It's custom website. So we have a video here, a YouTube video. We'll definitely check that out here in a minute. So ROI calculator. Okay, based on the amount you want to invest. This is in-game earnings, I would imagine. So you're earning based on gameplay. Okay, so website's super simple. Okay, you have the trailer, whitelist, you can play the game. Okay, let's check out the YouTube video. In the year 3087, it may not be a YouTube video. Has poisoned the planet Earth and its own. Let's see here, trailer. Oh, here we go. Okay, so this is, I don't know if this is the original one. Okay, it is the original one. Okay, so same video from V2, maybe even V1. Let me show you how to create an amazing ad using stock footage. I don't want to look at that. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we got, now this video is from the V1 version. Okay, the V1, or V2 version rather, at least the V2 version. But 7,400 views, 2 comments. Okay, so all the views are coming from, whether it be on Presale, whether it be on the website. Okay, majority of the views are coming from that. Now, if we go over here to the channel and see what other videos they have. Okay, so they have some other content that's getting some traction. Now, if you were to search this, Crypto Legions, you're going to find a lot. You're going to find a lot of videos. And if you have been following with us for the last couple months, we've talked about this project a couple times because the project dipped a bit after launch, and it was actually a textbook play, like Metalleride has said, that it happens with these gaming type projects that you have this is a good opportunity for a RIP FT. You're able to rip within the first short period of time, and within a couple weeks, it hits a major peak, and you leave your free tokens in to ride it up on that peak. I think this ended up doing something like, I don't even know, something absolutely ridiculous. Some massive gains. Let's see if I can pull up. See if I can pull it up. Bloodstone. I think this is it. It had some significant gains after the little dip that it had. Yeah, you can see my chart markups here. Okay, so let me delete that. Yeah, this was absolutely massive. Okay, so after the first, I don't know, 7 days, it dipped below for a period of time, and then had like it was down, 14 days post, or maybe 20 plus days post launch. But at launch, this is rough numbers here, but at launch, looking at like what was like a 5x, but ended up going from pre-sale price, like 41x. Okay, from the dip, like over 100x, 120x. I mean, it was just like absolutely massive. Okay, now why am I talking about this stuff? I feel like what can make this a little bit different. Sorry, I'll find the page I want to look for in a minute. What I think makes this project a little bit different than a meme type project and even a real utility project is I think this has potential to get massive exposure because there's a really big foundation. Now, the only thing that I'm curious about, okay, the only thing I'm unsure about is, are people mad? Are people mad? Are V2 holders mad that there's a V3? That's what I'm curious about. Are V2 holders frustrated, bitter, angry about whatever happened with V2 and they're like, forget this? Or is everybody excited? Is this an upgrade that everybody's looking forward to? I'm kind of curious, about that part. But no, I mean the fact that like Metaloride said, or Metaloride said that there's people who this project is established. There's a game that's functioning. Things are working. There was hype and excitement around it, and there's a lot of content that was made on this game, and so the fact it's very similar to that in a meme type token. The difference is there's a playable game. So like, it's something real there, okay? And Metallirise says they're super excited. This is great, awesome. Okay, so let's check out the Telegram group here. Let me join the group. Oh, they didn't have a filter. They didn't have a filter on this one as well. I was able to walk in here. We got King Astro. King Astro's in the house. All right, so we got 12,000 members, 610 pinned messages. Boom, boom, boom. Some good stuff. Good stuff here. Let's look at. Let me check chat real quick. Hey Ralph, welcome. All right, just gonna read what Metalloride's saying. Okay, so this is a game development company. Okay, so they have some other games as well, and working on some other games. I see Metalloride and Sleepy talking about that. V2 had a few massive wells which dumped at the same time, which affected the player's income potential. So they're funded everyone and are relaunching with better protection in place. That's cool. Sleepy says, looks like they're launching a second game called Big Crypto Game with whitelist consideration higher for people who prove they bought V3. Might be a consideration. That's cool. Oh, whitelist closed this morning. Bummer. Let's see here. Launch of Crypto Legions V3 September 27th. Will reopen on 28th. Briefly, the whitelist applications for our next game. Okay. Metalloride says in V2 the top player made $35,000 playing the game in 45 days. All right. Awesome. Oh, that's what. Hey, Metalloride, I finally put it together, man. That's what the other project is. Big Crypto Game. That's why you were saying talk about this one first. Hey, it clicks. I'm understanding now. I'm on the same page. So the other project that I had pulled up, excuse me, the other project I had pulled up a minute ago, big crypto game. This is what Sleepy and Metallerad are talking about right now, from the same company, same department. So yeah, so this is pretty cool. I like what I see. The fact that it sounds like the V3 version is going to better support the user base. So people who are into gaming projects and earning gaming projects is really cool. I like games. I don't have as much time to play anymore. But there was a project I got into, a while back, and it started off really good, but like it ended up like I ended up buying like a character for like $150, and then I wouldn't say the market crashed, but they just made some choices that like just price continually go down, and like now to get a character it's like $5, and it's like, oh my goodness, that's crazy, crazy. Okay, so so that's the take on Crypto Legions V3. Do we know? Let's see here. Let's go back to the post here. Do we know where the pre-sale is going to be on the 27th? Is it going to be through Pink Cell again? Let's look in Telegram and see. Pink Cell. Pre-sale. Okay, pre-sales on their website. Is it whitelisted or is it open? I may have missed it. My mind's trying to filter a lot of things as we're going. So I guess it's probably whitelisted. That may be what you were saying, Metalrad earlier. Metalrad, you were saying that the whitelist closed this morning. Probably is what you were saying a minute ago. Let's see. Oh, I'm too late. But there's hope. Okay. Applications whitelist for Crypto Legions V3 are now closed. After the launch of Crypto Legions V3 on September 27th, we will reopen on 28th. Briefly, the whitelist applications for our next game, the big crypto game. The link to apply will be shared in our social media announcements. New investors in BLV3 who provide proof of purchasing will have a better chance to be selected for a whitelist launching October 4th. Kind of interesting. Now, obviously, this is a project that's been in the works for a long period of time. I do find it interesting though that they already have a second game in the works. I think that's pretty cool. To like we saw on the YouTube channel. But yeah, pretty cool to see that is in the works. Yeah, big crypto game V1. Interesting. So with that, so that is Crypto Legions V3. This is coming off of a team that had a really successful and profitable V2. And massive gains. I mean, there were great gains at launch, but massive gains days after launch. Like we looked at the chart, and based on this is not financial advice. Strictly looking at the group being excited about this, how these changes better fit the community and serve the community, serve their investors. The fact that some people are going to ape in because they just can't help themselves because of what this project previously did relatively recently. We're only talking like less than 90 days ago, I think. And you know, all the content here, I don't know. I feel like whether people are excited or bitter about it, a lot of people are going to be talking about it, and I think that that is that's good marketing. Um, people making videos, people talking about it is fantastic marketing. Um, People getting excited about it. I mean, we talked about this on the call a couple times post launch. Not even like like 2 weeks post launch. Yeah, Metalli Ride saying this is a one of his textbook typical plays that when he's looking at gaming projects, and this one checks the boxes. So with that, I would definitely suggest adding this to your volume of launches worksheet. Paper trade this, watch, see how it goes. But this is a team and project definitely worth following. And what they're saying is, once Crypto Legion's V3 launches, the next project that's in the queue is Big Game Crypto. All from the same company, all from the same team. And so, yeah, kind of curious to see, how this is going to, how to play out, how it's going to play out, and, how. I wonder if there's any type of overlap at all with the games, or if it's like totally separate. Like if I mean, aside from a whitelist spot for, big crypto game, if it's totally separate games and projects, or if it's kind of all part of one ecosystem, under an umbrella, or if there's perks or benefits to either game for holding either token. Kind of curious to see how that goes. But yeah, so thank you, Metallarad, for bringing this one up, and for sharing your insights into Crypto Legions. So with that, before we hop off, does anybody have any questions? We looked at two projects today, maybe two and a half. We'll call it two and a half projects. We looked at number one, which was SafeGram. Project's been around, developing for a long time, around a year. The Telegram is a year old. The roadmap says they started in Q1 of 2021. So I mean, it was a long time ago. And so they've been at it for a while, and but they still have some road left to go, and there's definitely some questions that get to be asked for that group. Second project we looked at was Crypto Legions V3. V2 was incredibly successful. I'll pull that up again. We'll end with this slide, but I'll pull this up again. But V2 was incredibly successful. Had some massive gains, and as Metallarad will say, this is one of his textbook plays with these types of gaming projects. And we talked about this and featured this a couple times on our discussion calls, just showing, after launch it dipped a little bit below. It was below the pre-sale price for a period of time, and then just shot up. And so, if you're brand new and you're not really familiar with what RIPFT stands for, or what that means, is here's a great example of what this means. RIP stands for recoup investment, you profit. Okay, so you recoup your investment, you profit. So you got in the pre-sale, and whether you're going for a 2x, a 3x, 4x, 5x, whatever, this went all the way up to a 5.4x, meaning you could have taken out a partial profit, so you recoup your initial investment and you made a profit. That's a good thing. But the FT, the free tokens, this is where you leave in your free tokens and you let it ride. Why do you let it ride? Okay, why do you let it ride? You let it ride and you don't sell down here. Okay, let me back up. This is not financial advice. This is strictly my opinion. Okay, take it for what it is. It does not make sense to sell right here. Why? Because you already recouped your investment. You made a profit right here. Okay? You got your free tokens in there. The reason you leave free tokens in is for this. Let me just show you for dramatic appeal here. Like this is why you leave in your free tokens. Okay? When price is doing this. Move it up to the Presale line. Okay, so your free tokens, they're worth a fraction of what they were. Of course, it's okay. Okay, you let it ride because of this potential, this possibility. If you don't believe a project is going to do massive gains, you don't do a rip FT. You just rip. Okay, you just rip. You close out at 5x and you're happy. You move on with your day, you move on with your life, you find another project. Why? We got a calendar full of them. If you believe in the project, you believe in long term, this is why you rip FT. Okay, you leave in your free tokens and now it's worth, 2x. And here we go, it's 11x. And so on, and so on, and so on, and so on. And you keep letting it ride. And you look up one day and you're sitting at close to like a 40x on those free tokens that you let ride. Now, this is a personal question. It's going to be different for everybody. But I invite you to have a plan. Okay? All of our plans are going to be different. Some people are going to pull profits every 5x, every 2x, every 50% gain. Okay? Every 50% gain, every 100% gain, they're going to pull partial profits. And that way you're getting every part of the move. The thing is, you don't know when it's going to stop. So if you leave in all your free tokens hoping to get a 40x, what if it stops at 35 and reverses? What are you going to do? That's where you need to have a plan. That's where KSP comes into play. Okay, knowledge of system performance. You need to know what your plan is going to be. Okay? There's no point in holding free tokens without knowing when and where you're going to sell them off. Now, someone's going to argue and say, well, Ryan, if you sell off partials here, let's think about every one of these blue lines. If you sold off here, you sold off more here, more here, more here, more here, someone could argue, well, by the time you get to the top, you're not going to have a 40x. You're not. Except you're going to have a big bag of BNB. Why? Because right here, when price is right here, this is guaranteed. This gain is guaranteed when you lock it in. We don't know if it's going up. This is hindsight. Okay? Hindsight says, well, hey, it was a 40x. I could have got a 40x on this. Well, you don't know that. Okay? You don't know that. I mean, right here, this could have been the end of it. Right here. Almost a 20x. You got a 19x here. This could have been the end of it. We don't know that. That's why, as Metallaride says, hey, it doesn't hurt to take profits often and early. Okay? I think he says, no one's ever gone broke by taking profits. Okay? This is a wish. Okay? This is a wish. This is what you're wishing for. This is a strategy. Okay? You can implement your strategy as you're waiting for the wish to come true. And when the wish comes true, at that point you can keep selling partials or do whatever you want to do. Even if it starts going down, you can sell partials. Okay? But the fact of the matter is, you can't, the only way you would know to absolutely 100% target a 40, there's no way to know if it's going to go 40x. You don't know that. You just get to respond to what the market is currently doing instead of just thinking that everything's going to be the way you want it to be. Okay? So that's how that part works. All right, let me get caught up on chat real quick. Sheepcoat says, what were the biggest projects found by the community members? Sheepcoat, you can go to vetterplatform.app, vetterplatform.app. On the dashboard here, you can look at a couple things. Okay, there are user reported gains, and there are audited gains. Okay, and so right here you can see that these are projects that are coming in, that these are the gains coming in for these projects. Okay, we record all that data. You see the all-time high right there, and then you also see the Vetter audited highest low. And this means that people had adequate time to swap out between an 8x and a 16x for this project 2.5x to 2.8x, 1.9 to 1.95. Okay, there's a handful of these types of projects. Every day we record these types of gains here. Okay, next question. Hey Richard, hey, glad you're here. Thanks for being here, and you're very welcome. Jackie asks, so with this kind of project, when it's done, it's done. Once a token does its thing, it collapses. Not necessarily. Here's where, and Metallaride or anyone else who likes games, please share your thoughts on this as well. But here's what makes games different than memes. Meme tokens, the whole idea is hype and fairy dust. There's nothing really there. Okay? With a game project, if they've actually developed something, people can continue to play the game. And if it's a good game that's playable and repeatable and people want to continuously play it, whether they're making money on it or whether they're having fun, that has the potential to keep price going up. Okay? It has the potential to keep price moving. With a meme project, the way the meme projects work, people literally get on the elevator simply to get off at the next floor above them. Why? Because they want to make a profit. They're looking for that quick pump so they can get off the elevator and move on to their next pump. And there's no sustainability there. And so a gaming project that has a great game, a great user base, people are excited, it really has the potential to keep going up. I have never looked at Axie Infinity. Let's just take a look. I don't even know if I can spell it right. That's a shard. I don't know if that's the right thing that I need, though. I don't need the shard. Do I? I don't think I need the shard. We're going to try it anyway, though. I don't think this is right. But Axie Infinity is a really big popular game. They did massive numbers. Okay, now the game can die out. Okay, the game, I don't think this is right. This is from last year. I don't know. Let me look up Axie Infinity real quick. See, when there's a quality game, or let me look at CoinMarketCap. When there's a quality game, it has the potential to go up, stay up, and continue to do well. Maybe that was the right one. Okay, let's copy. Go to Deck Screener. Oh, that was the right one. My bad. Okay. I don't know what the pre-sale price was or anything. We're just going to take the listing rate here. Okay. I've never looked at this chart, so I mean I don't know if this is accurate or not. If this is the right one or not. But this is what we got. We're gonna take a look. Yeah, I don't know if this is the right one or not. I thought Axie was much bigger than this, but again, I'm doing this on the fly, learning right now as we're going. So. Again, the asterisk with this one, the reason this is throwing me off is because it says Infinity Shard, and it's not just Axie, and I don't know enough about the game to know if this is accurate or not. So, hey, if I sound like I don't know what I'm talking about, it's because I don't know what I'm talking about. What I'm trying to say is this may or may not be the actual gaming token. This could be a part of the ecosystem. I don't know that, and I don't want to spend all the time to try to figure it out, but... So typically games, if they're playable and people want to continue playing them and they enjoy them, the price can continue to go up or stay at a place where it just doesn't tank. Now, if something catastrophic happens, like people like the team decides to make some changes to the game and the people don't like that, community members don't like that, that could cause a sell-off, of course. I believe that gaming projects have a much higher probability of lasting versus meme tokens. Because meme tokens is just fairy dust in the first place anyway. And once people realize, they could be out. But at least with game projects, there's a game involved, people could like it, and things like that. I really don't think this is the right token, just based on the amount of attention it's getting. Anyway, hope that answers your question. Hope that answers your question, Jackie. I think quality games have the potential to do really good stuff, and in the early days, in the pre-sales, that's where you can plant your flag and get some massive gains. Now, the challenge is, of all the games at launch, which ones are going to be the ones that blow up? And obviously, if we knew that, if we had that crystal ball, we would all have billions of dollars. We don't have that crystal ball. And so there is a little element of risk there, not knowing which games are going to do well. Now, what we do know, though, with this project, they did do good with V2. People are excited, and the community is excited. And so, just like I started the conversation, I'll end their conversation today. We have zero control over what's going to happen at launch. When Crypto Legions did its 5x at launch, we didn't control that. Okay? Our research doesn't tell us what it's going to do. Why did I click that? Our research didn't tell us, hey, this is going to go a 5x. Our research didn't tell us, hey, it's going to do this. Our research and due diligence only tells us we're stacking probabilities in our favor. But that research has no bearing on the gains that the project can make. So I hope that makes sense. So all we're doing is stacking probabilities in our favor on what could potentially happen. Okay? Doesn't mean it will, doesn't mean it won't. It's just what could potentially happen. And what I've seen so far with this project, I think that there's a lot of potential here. And so I think that the whitelist was on the 27th. I think the launch, what did it say here? Whitelist. I think the launch is on the 27th. Okay, so you got 5 days to see if this is a project worth getting into. Now I am curious. I would like, if Metallerad, if you're still here, I would like your thought on this. Now that this company is established, how likely do you see this happening? I'm kind of curious on this. It's one thing for a project to be brand new and it launch and then tank and then they start the building phase. But this project already has that building phase. And so do you anticipate a dump, a sell-off? Now, it wasn't anything, I don't think it was massive. I think it was only like, I don't remember. I won't even try to quote it. Let's see how much it was. It was 50% below pre-sale price. I'm kind of curious about that part. Is it for this particular project, because of hype and excitement, is there going to be a sell-off and dump, or are people wanting to accumulate as much as they can because they believe that this is possible again? That's what I'm curious about. So with that, we covered some good stuff today, guys. Great topics, and looking at two projects, one utility, one gaming project, and like I said, plenty of time to do your due diligence, do your research, ask other people what their thoughts are in Telegram and things like that, and make your decision based on that. Metalleride says, I feel the income potential is as good or even better as they say it will be as a huge project. Nice. So, if you're into gaming projects, and gaming projects from an investment perspective, but also gaming projects from a earning perspective, this could be a big possibility. Definitely worth looking into. So with that, I'm going to end like I always do. Like my mentor always said, life can be short. So for those that you care and love, let them know you care and love them. Hey, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being a part of this awesome community, and having and taking part in these types of conversations. So this is what the community is all about, and people coming together and sharing ideas and sharing insights into what's possible out there. There's no way for us to individually look at 16,000 projects, but as a community, we can work together, and all of us can do just a little bit of work, and we all can win together. So with that, I'm so thankful and I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for being a part of this awesome community, and I will see you in Telegram. Bye for now.